You weren't supposed to talk first.
So we've got Barry!
Yay! And apologies for last week we weren't able to record
It's my
a new
fault.
episode.
Well, it's my fault. I was sick.
Well, sure, yeah. It's Barry's fault.
It's a well-deserved break.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fame was, starting to get to our head.
Yeah.
You guys have
we're too big
stalkers
for the
now.
listeners now.
Thank you, 20 listeners. Ooh.
Oh, before I forget, a very belated happy birthday to one of the hosts of the show.
Whoever that may be.
Yes.
Sensi is
August
thank you.
4th happened to be the birthday of our very own Jory Aquino.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Alright.
Apparently this week we have too many birthdays.
Yeah, so feel free to send your financial donations towards Jory's birthday fund to our PayPal account. We're going to link you that.
And to eat some dynamite.
Yes.
Yeah. We haven't eaten dynamite all week.
We've been eating pizza.
Really?
Yeah, we've had 3 days in a row of people's birthday treats, and we're probably gonna get another one on Friday.
Really?
Yeah, but that one's not.
Yeah, we don't mind the streak.
Yeah.
I envy you guys.
Yeah, so we ate a
Anyone
lot.
wants to
People
donate
say
money
we're
for
fat.
You guys don't look like you're gaining any weight, so that's fine.
We like this guest. So tune in next week for Barry Part 2. Because we're gonna have him back.
You look fabulous yourself, Barry.
Oh, thank you, Jim.
Yeah.
Okay, so Barry was the former creative director.
No,
Creative manager.
creative manager.
Sorry, my
It's a
mistake.
made-up title.
Creative. It was legit. It was you managed.
Yeah, it's legit.
Yeah, so he
Did
was.
I manage?
Yes, you did. You did. You managed to get out.
A good one.
Barry
I got
was,
out.
Barry was the former creative manager for Secret Six, and before that, he was a senior texture artist and concept
Yeah, I did some concept art. as well.
art. And yeah, he's done a lot. So he's kind of been around. He did some 3D for us as well from time to time. And now he is working. How do you pronounce it?
They pronounce it like a club.
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 Size scorpions.
Club.
Yep.
Oh, it's Size Scorpion.
Yep. Like
can you-
cyber scorpion.
Oh.
And it's not K-Lab, it's club.
Yeah.
Well, then what's with the dot?
What dot?
There was a dot.
There's a dot between the,
K.
or I think the L is capitalized,
Yep, it
Yeah.
but it's
So that's why I used to say it's K-Lab. Turns
yeah.
out it's
I thought it was cool because I thought if ever I was gonna apply there, I'd be like, hey, look, you're K-Lab, I'm K-Labad. It's a match made at no, but apparently I have to be a club, and I'm not a club, and I'm not a cyber scorpion.
I bet you're gonna do well there if you ever apply.
I'm not allowed to.
No, but it's
Not
not.
yet, anyway.
But it doesn't compete with your work here. It's not. It doesn't really break the rules of non-compete agreements, does it?
That's a bit of an iffy subject because I mean they haven't
It
really
always is.
outlined what is considered to be competing or not. You know, whether they say it's gaming, mobile gaming, because we do mobile gaming here in Secret Six.
You do.
Whether it's outsourcing, whether it's
Sharknado's not a mobile game.
yeah, it's something.
It's a fish out of water.
True. Yeah. So what's it like?
Moving from one company to
Just
another?
keeping things light. So you left. I think it was January.
No, I left around November of 2014.
Okay, yeah.
My
About
last day was November 5th, 2014.
It's a few months away. 8 months ago?
Yep.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what's it been like?
I was able to recuperate and just take a break from all the stress, all the anything that tires an artist out, in terms of work, that is.
Yeah.
Because I was managing and I was barely doing any artwork, even at home, because I'd just be too tired and I'd just fall asleep. And during the weekends, I should have been working on my personal work. Instead, I would just relax and sleep and not think about anything art or work. Anything that involves work or art, I stay away from because it sort of reminded me of the stress at work. So yeah, I mean, I was doing production and from I think 11:30 until 4, I was doing managerial work, and then from 4:30 to let's say 7:30, I do the checking. We do the group checking thing, and then I do critiques. And then after that, after 7:30, I do the production part of the
And how long have you been doing that?
I did that for
Too long.
Too long.
The answer to everything,
For-
too long.
Yeah, I was a creative. Can someone tell me what a creative manager is? Because even like
Managers creatively.
I know what an art director is, but, or a creative
It's like
director. What's a creative manager?
It sounds kind of like, based on your description, it's a spreadsheet expert mixed with art director, mixed with
Client hustling.
No, I never really conversed with a client.
Mixed with being an artist, a full-time production artist.
Yeah,
So it sounds like
What's left of it, no?
Yeah, it sounds like you're doing a couple of full-time jobs all rolled into one happy mess of a day.
Yeah, they got like 4 employees out of me.
Oh, Barry, you're not that big.
I was. I gained a lot of weight. I was stressing.
He did.
a lot.
He did.
It was crazy.
But you're looking good now.
Yeah, I'm happier.
Yeah, your neck is back.
That's a compliment, by the way.
Yeah.
So don't be hated. So okay, before we mingle into the past, the next question is basically mingling in the past. Can you tell us about your origin story? Origin story.
Relax, Jim.
Your secret origin.
In terms of art,
Education
and all.
Art and education.
Art and education. Oh, that's it. My name is Barry Lyndon VERASTIGUE, for those who are curious for my complete. It's a long name and was named after Stanley Kubrick's movie Barry Lyndon, who turns out to be a liar.
He is.
That was the whole point of the movie. The tragedy of being a liar. So anyway, yeah, my dad named me after that guy.
Why?
I don't know. He just thought that it sounded cool to name someone Barry Lyndon.
But he did watch the movie.
He liked the movie.
He liked the production value of the movie.
Oh, that's saying something.
Yeah.
But
It's one of those.
Well, then I guess they could have named you the production value instead of Barry
could
Lyndon.
have named me
It's
Stanley
one of those
Kubrick.
cool names, like how there's that programmer named Chris Evan.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
It's the
shout out to
Evan.
that guy. It's a nice name.
Yeah, you
It's
see,
Evan without the S.
Yeah, Chris Evan.
Yeah.
I forget his last name.
like when I see it in Skype, as in, are these guys joking? I mean,
No,
it's a real name.
I think it sounds legit. I think he's actually Chris Evan.
So do we call him?
It's like Jory Aquino. If you just replace the J with a C, you get
So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that took me a little while.
You're not gonna vote, aren't you?
Nope.
Okay.
No, anyway, so yep. I didn't grow up in the usual typical Filipino family because my family every 4 years kept on moving. I was born in Zamboanga, which is the southern part of Mindanao.
Place in the Philippines.
Yeah, it is. And my whole adolescent life, I grew up. I was raised around international students. I grew up I studied in Indonesia. Then when I came back, I ended up studying at an international school. Big ups to Brent, yeah. Yep. And then after that, I studied in UP, but not as an artist. I wanted to take fine arts, but during high school, I don't know, something in me just told me go take business courses instead of art course. I always felt like I wanted to do art stuff.
You made the choice to take business. It wasn't a parental influence or anything?
There was a lot of parental influence. They wanted me to take business courses in college as well, but they even told me like, we'll meet you halfway, so you can have your creative thing and we can have your business thing. You can also have business thing. So why don't you just take mass communication courses? So when I got to UP, it wasn't creative / business courses. It was more like the celebrity scene here in the Philippines where people have to dress up and look good and be famous and be popular, which I hated.
Yeah,
because I just wanted to be an artist, but that wasn't the case. So after wasting 3 years of my life in UP, I ended up convincing my parents to support me to actually send me to Kubert School in the United States. So I studied in a comic book school for 3 years, which was actually eye-opening and great. It just made me want to be an artist a whole lot more. And the one thing that I loved about Kubert School was besides having a good traditional, lesson plan, they had a more traditional approach to art, which is like painting, nothing digital.
What year was that?
I went there 2004 until 2007. I took a year off between second year and third year. And one thing I loved about that school was they taught me passion. And I always felt after talking to people here in the Philippines, our schools severely lack the capabilities to teach passion to people here. I noticed that even the old people here, they want to get out of doing art. They just want to start a business or be the manager or be the art director because they think it's an escape. They're sick and tired of animating or drawing or painting. And unlike what I saw in the United States in Kubert School, like Joe Kubert is he was 80 something and he was still doing comic books. And I asked him why. And he said, because I love doing this thing. It's love. Simple as that.
But it is a completely different, same industry, but different environment over there, right? I mean,
that's true, but
the kind of culture we have here, I mean, it's better now, but it doesn't embrace art in the same way that people do overseas. It's still a very business-driven kind of.
Yeah, they treat art. They treat artists more like factory workers here in the Philippines, which is.
I mean, it sucks that the Philippines is kind of known for cheap labor when it comes to art.
To anything.
To anything, but
and we happily say yes to it.
Well, we don't say yes, but the people that.
You signed a contract here in the Philippines. You said yeah. That's basically saying yeah.
I didn't.
No, I'm signing this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but it's not nice to be known as a place to get cheap labor. No one wants to be the place to get cheap anything. You want to be the place to get good, models, good texture work, good art, good animation, good. You want to be known for being good, for quality. Yeah, not we can get this volume of work for half the amount that we have to pay for that volume of work elsewhere. And I guess that's kind of.
Is that what killed 2D animation?
I think so.
I mean, one of the things that.
Well, the fact that 3D came along and, it really 2D became kind of a labor of love. You did it not because it was easy to do and productive, but because you really love the art of 2D animation. Because when 3D came along, everything became so much easier. And people that would toil for hours and hours doing 2D animation just didn't see the point in it anymore because you want to make money out of it. You spend all that time and they'll pay you per frame. It wasn't conducive to earning.
They weren't profiting as much.
Yeah. So I think, it went wrong with killing it.
But it'd be nice to see people here, at least, do something different. I mean, sure, business is business, but it'd be nice to see like a convention for artists where they actually help people, or continue chasing their passion, or at least reignite the passion to some of the older folks.
Because people still make
In the
money
business.
while being passionate.
I know, and that's how they get rich.
It's not necessarily a choice of either or. It's
Yeah. This conversation is getting sadder by the minute.
no. I mean, it's just
It's an interesting point of view because
I miss the United States for that reason.
exactly.
yeah, like I mean, not a lot of people can talk about this, especially after work. But I guess there's not a lot of people that actually hear them talk like this, especially in this industry, because I think it's basically like that mentality of biting the hand that feeds you and stuff. Because from what I experience, the word passion is kind of like a scary. It's kind of like a scary word, because from the way I put it, passion doesn't really equals to a lot of money,
Yeah.
and which is a given. But
It's arguable.
Yeah.
No,
How
but
about Steve Jobs?
I read somewhere that if you wrote passion in your resume nowadays, it's considered a warning sign or something. It means something bad for the person hiring you.
Mm.
If you put the word passion in it nowadays,
Maybe you spelled
I
it
read
wrong.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. 'Cause
Fashion.
I'm concerned that you put passion in your resume. Oh, how come, sir? Because you said you want to be a passion designer, and it's not. Don't spell right, dude. No, but it's one of those buzzwords that gets thrown around. Like, I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about that.
But when did that happen? I mean,
Is that only here?
In the Philippines? No, I think it's everywhere. I'm guessing in the States it's.
I've seen some really boring resumes here. I don't think there's a lot of.
Mine's pretty boring. I don't even know how to. I don't know how to put a good resume together.
just slap your
I
picture
think
onto it. and
Because
some
they teach you, like in schools here, they teach you how to do resumes, right? But it's all like a template, and you have to put
Yeah.
like all the papers you've done and what years you did them, and what all that stuff, and it looks very Microsoft Word.
Yeah, fuck that, copy this.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been exposed to resumes that are done for like businessmen, but not for like the creative industry. I've barely seen any resumes that came from like a creative industry. I'd like to see some samples. That'd be great, but I usually just see websites and.
Look up the resumes made by either motion graphic students or typographers or
Oh, those guys make me sad
graphics designers.
because they're so good.
Yeah, like there's something about graphic designers and typographers in particular when they make a resume. It's just
I think
They
they
consider
separate
everything.
one, like a creative resume,
yeah, and then you've got
and then they have the Microsoft Word version.
I think
Oh, the
that's
boring
called-
one.
Yeah.
I think
The one
that's
where
called
it's
the
just letters.
I think that's called the CV. Like the difference between resume and the CV.
I like how we're saying, I think that's called a CV.
Yeah.
We're not sure.
I just found that
But
out.
we've been working for 5 years
Yeah.
in this industry.
I mean, they asked, "Where's your resume? Where's your CV? Okay, here's my CV," and they say, "No, this isn't the CV.
It's a resume.
It's a resume."
This is not a CV.
What is the difference? I don't know what the difference is between a CV.
Honestly,
Well-
I do not know.
Well, basically,
I thought it was interchangeable.
from what I found out, CV is the boring blank piece of paper that only fills up one page.
If there's anyone listening who belongs to an HR department, please
Tell us.
let us know.
Yeah, so we won't
We
be
would
embarrassed,
appreciate it, really.
and they treat us like adults.
So, yep. Oh, I forgot. You guys never asked? No, I never brought it up. Like the things that inspired me to do art. Comic books. movies and comic books and video games. I grew up in pop culture. I love X-Men. I love Wolverine and Grifter, especially from Wildcats version 3.0.
Oh my god.
Yeah, from Image. Yeah, no, he was
badass.
in Wildcats version 3.0. He was in a wheelchair. That's how badass he is.
Yeah, and then DCU 52 fucked him up.
Yeah. Geeks
Yeah,
about geek things. So
Yeah,
that's how I ended up in the video game industry, actually, because of geek stuff. I love geek stuff.
Yeah, and here from the first time that I came here, I'm just surprised that you are one of the few people that's really vocal about your comic books and your movies and whatnot. I mean, we could sit all day just talking about comic books and how awesome they are, and even point out stuff that some I failed to see.
Oh, my parents doesn't know this, but one of the main reasons why I wanted to go to Joe Kubert School was just to out geek other geeks here. I went to Joe Kubert. Oh, you're a big comic book fan. Oh, you know which issue he came out. Oh, you have which issue now? You have the first appearance of Wolverine. Well, I went to Joe Kubert School and I studied under Joe Kubert.
Basically, you wanted to pimp up your geek badge.
He choked me. He wrapped his hands around my neck because I was late on my assignments.
For real?
Yeah, he did.
Well,
That's a real sadistic you're into.
Well,
He choked me.
and I freaked
And
out.
I loved it.
And you know what else? I freaked out Frank Frazetta. I swear to God. Because I was holding a phone camera, like one of these old, it was like around 2004, and I had like this Nokia phone that had like a 3 megapixel camera.
Yeah.
And then Frank Frazetta just goes, he was talking, I think he was talking to Adam Kubert, and then all of a sudden Frank just goes, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm just like, I'm taking a picture of you. He's like, "What? What's that? What's that?" It's a phone with a camera. Are you sure it's a camera? What is? And he started.
America!
So, and then everyone's like, "Barry, get out of here." I'm like, okay. So yeah, that was one of the few times I freaked out like an art legend.
Why?
I don't know. He freaked out. He's old. He doesn't know what phone camera is.
Oh man.
Sorry, Frank, but I love your work.
So
I
you
know
freaked
you're-
him out and then now
Rest
just
in
made fun
peace.
of an art legend. So.
No, I wasn't making fun of him. I was taking a picture
And I quote,
of him.
he's old. He doesn't know what
Well,
a...
it was
What a phone camera.
2004.
So, phones in 2004? Phone cameras in 2004?
Yeah, but he didn't know what it was, so that's not really my fault, is it?
Were you the only one that has a camera phone?
I was the only one who took it out during the trip.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So about the choking.
So about the choking. Oh,
Yeah,
because
it wasn't what
I
happened.
was always late with a lot of my assignments because I had a lot of catching up to do with art in terms of art, art theory, art knowledge. Because during high school, I had no art background. Instead of choosing art, I took music because I was in a band. I liked metal. I liked rock, so I kept on playing guitar.
Devil's music.
No, it's not devil's music.
Everybody knows that.
All hail Satan.
Yeah.
So, yep, I had to learn everything from scratch, like even figure drawing, anatomy, how to use shapes, like, what's the difference between this, how do you compose an image? I had to learn composition on my own, and up to now I'm still struggling with color, although I'm getting better, I think, because I've had those moments, like what we were talking about earlier, like, before the show, we were talking about, like, every time you do something really well, like, you have a breakthrough, it feels like it's not your artwork, somebody else did it. So that feeling of accomplishment, that it looks really good. So I was doing a lot of that. So I was doing
layman's term, a boner. You had an art boner.
I had an art boner. Yeah, I had an art boner. But yeah, I had to go through it in the hard way because
Yes! It hurt!
You have to go
The
back.
hard way.
Go ahead.
so
Go ahead, sorry.
so I had to learn all that at Hubert School on my own. And then I had to learn. Besides that, I had to learn. We had to like in 1 week we had 2 classes a day, but like one class would require us to do 5 pages, and the second class would require us to do an oil painting, and then the next day we have like a 3-page assignment, and then the next class would so it would just all pile up. Even during the holidays, I had to bring homework with me.
How long were these times? How long
The class starts at 8:30, and then the day would end at around like 2:45. And then and I was also I think it wasn't. I think I was doing something else after work as well besides reading comic books and playing video games, but. I did some part-time work as well, so I had to juggle all of that. Yeah, that's so much fun. No, but on my last year there, instead of doing something that has nothing to do with art, I worked in Telegraphics, which was like the company owned by Joe Kubert. They do comic books or booklets for the U.S. Army, where they show you like, how to fix a tank, I don't know how to use. So we had to draw tanks, we had to draw like engines, we had to draw like parts of a car or a plane. It was actually helpful because I learned how to use templates, which was fun for me because finally I'm using templates the proper way, not just how to draw a perfect circle.
For the kids who don't know, the templates are those little plastic things that gives you shapes.
Yeah, but this
Different.
one, yeah, these ones were expensive. Like a piece, like a piece of like just the oval ones, so like the 45-degree ones would cost me like around like almost $20. So that would be almost 1,000 pesos.
And you don't actually just have to buy just only one. You have to buy shitloads of them. I mean, not only ovals, you have your triangles, your French curves, and what's that ruler that's like, it has 3 sides. It's like a triangle. I think they use
a ruler that has 3 sides.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It's millimeters.
Is it long?
Depends on how long you want it.
For the listeners, he's drawing it for us.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like a penis.
It's kind of like
it's gonna bother him that he doesn't know what it's called.
I know.
The
4
thing
years
is, we
of
all know
art
what it's called. We're
education.
just not telling him.
We know what it is, but we don't know what it's called.
It's like Toblerone, except not chocolate and doesn't melt in your hand, and
It's a scale rule.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
a
that's it,
ruler.
that's it. Yeah.
It's a ruler. It has numbers.
And it's shaped like a triangle.
Now Jory's looking it up. Oh man,
It's a scale.
it says ruler. It says ruler.
Like architects and
Ruler with 3 sides?
yeah, it
We
has.
should make a bet and see.
What I don't even know what it's
Is
called.
it color brown?
It's called. I'm pretty sure it's a scale something.
Yeah,
We used it.
it has different units on each side.
Scale ruler.
I keep thinking scale rule, but
Scale.
I could be wrong. I haven't used one of them since I was, I think, 17.
There you go. It's scale.
That
It's
one.
a scale
See?
ruler.
It's like
It does look like a Toblerone with numbers.
At least I
Yeah, it
got
does.
that part right.
Let's buy some Toblerone.
Now I'm hungry. Okay.
I was gonna bring smoked salmon for you guys, so
Oh.
but then because of the traffic, it took me 2 hours to get here from the fort.
So you eat it?
No, I wasn't able to pass by the apartment to grab you guys.
Oh.
That's
But see,
cool.
if you were gonna... Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's cool. Anyway, so where were we?
Oh yeah, where were we?
We should fast forward to... so,
we got lost in
do
rulers.
you find that you get... You have more time to do comics now? Are you getting back into that? Because I know that there was that time in S6 where you're really busy, but now that you've moved to a different studio, how do you find
Now I do
your art? That artistic side of you.
Now I'm feeling my artist soul finally again. But instead of working on like finished pieces right now, I'm re-educating myself with the art fundamentals, anatomy, especially the female anatomy. If you're a guy, and then usually you see a guy's body in the mirror, so you're more familiar with the male body, male anatomy. But then if you're a guy and then you're studying the female anatomy, it's just the proportions are harder, and how the curves intertwine with another curve, it's just harder just to sculpt it. My God, the proportions are killing me.
Like how to make muscular woman still look soft.
Yeah.
Despite their chunky.
I'm actually having a hard time doing that, so I'm using a lot of reference for like for CrossFit. Have you seen like CrossFit women? They're like
the big butts.
Yeah, they have big.
Not talking about anyone in particular.
Yeah.
It's CrossFit women.
Just CrossFit women.
They are really fit and they're really muscular, but they don't look masculine. They look.
And I noticed that CrossFit women, they're not ripped. They're kind of, they have like a layer that still keeps them looking kind of soft.
Yep.
Because they're functional and they're strong. They're not for show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've got that nice balance between. They don't look like an.
Yeah. So for anyone who wants a good reference for like an Amazon.
Not talking about anyone in particular again.
CrossFit women, great reference, especially in Pinterest.
Yeah.
The artist's new best friend is Pinterest. So yeah, and then I'm also getting back to doodling. I'm still, unlike Jeb who has found his style, I'm still trying to find my style. The problem with being, rooted with realistic style, it's harder to find your own voice in it because you always go back to the realistic style, and everyone can draw something realistic, especially with artists.
The trick is you have to be lazy.
No. I mean, Bill Gates did say something like that.
Yeah,
Work smart. Yeah.
Yeah, like he'll always hire.
But then
lazy
there are people who
Yeah.
tend to overthink things.
Yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, I guess because I've been trained to draw realistically for 4 years, and somehow I could say I'm not really keen to doing it, but it does look. I am familiar in certain parts of it, but somehow I steer towards a more simplistic style because the only thing I hear in my head is like, oh man, I wish there's some way I can draw this easier and faster, and that's where I found out about animation, that the animation style where everything revolves around the expression of lines and whatnot. And and besides that, it was also to my surprise that kind of style actually can be applied to comics. And back in the day, the way how comic book superheroes are portrayed are really those buff kinds of stuff. Instead, hyper masculine. Like they have clothes, but it looks like they're naked because
it's like
probably like 0%.
Which is impossible because the human body doesn't eat up the clothes.
No.
It looks like it's eating up clothes.
It looks like they're just painted on.
Yep. The only thing separates their skin from clothes is that line that goes around here, the neck.
The line that was obviously drawn after they finished drawing the whole figure, and they just wanted to define the lines of where the clothes would start.
Yeah, like in the 90s, like how they draw female superheroes. They have these pocket boobs. They call it. Pocket things for their boobs.
Pocket boobs.
What are pocket boobs?
Your portable booby.
I think I'm gonna take my boobs out.
I'm gonna keep mine in my pocket.
Good thing I'm not wearing these skin jeans.
That's a bad mental image. Yeah, it's true. What was said about animation and that cartoony style, you're really forced to reduce everything to its core element, and in doing so, you can really turn up the volume on the character and really push for that rather than flooding the detail.
It's much personally, it's much more expressive that way because I've seen the work like back when I was in college. There only exist two kinds of styles. One was the anime manga style, and the other one was the realistic painterly style. And I couldn't find any middle ground in between it. So that's why I guess I'm having a hard time making friends back in the day.
Maybe it was you. It wasn't the style.
No, Barry. It's all coming back to me now.
I didn't have a style back in my school days.
Whoa,
I had friends.
Fashion disaster. Didn't have style.
Cigarettes, my only friend.
Oh,
This is why I smoke, guys. Smoke cigarettes. Marlboro Black.
All of us here have like an art background in terms of education, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is nice.
Which is nice.
Nice.
No, I mean,
looking back at the days when we kind of did things for the passion, quote unquote.
We were still so hungry.
but if anything,
Well, we're still hungry now. Just
Literally.
hungry, like.
yeah, but if anything, Barry, I kind of considered you as having more legit art background.
I
Yeah.
did?
Yeah, I mean, man,
Legit.
you studied in Joe Kubert's comic book school. I've seen their ads every time I pick up my copy of
Oh,
Spider-Man.
the teachers there are scared of anything digital.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Oh,
And that was
man.
like 2004. That's where the digital
Sorry,
tools
Andy.
are steadily creeping in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it became widespread after
Yeah, but
I
still,
think mid 2000s.
yeah, but still though, you'd have to appreciate the aesthetics of the traditional medium.
I don't know. I think there's a lot that are there's a lot of like with the young artists coming up here in the Philippines, like the ones who just came who are fresh out of school and they weren't even taught any traditional medium.
No.
There's a lot of artistic knowledge that they're losing, or
Yeah,
I don't know. There's just something lacking in their art, just because they don't know how to do it with a pencil or how to paint it with oils. They never had to go through understanding pigment, or at least I don't know. Like
It's that dependency on the undo button.
I know, man.
It's kind of it
They
kills
never-
And they never painted outside of their I don't know,
Yeah.
their rooms, their desks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't observe life through a screen.
Well, you can, cause.
In HD, I guess.
But yeah. I think people. I don't know. I'd encourage a lot of digital artists to try out traditional mediums. 'Cause there's just some stuff that you can pick up there, and I encourage traditional artists to pick up the digital medium because I also picked up a lot of stuff. Like my strokes got better because of ZBrush. Because it's ZBrush, some of the strokes you have to do like long ones, especially like if you use the let's say the Trim Dynamics one, and you need just one long flat surface. You'd have to practice that long stroke from your elbow, and then all of a sudden you notice that when you're inking something with traditionally inking something with a brush, and you just need a fine line, ZBrush actually helped me, and vice versa. Like the traditional stuff that I do, the things that I practice, actually helps my digital stuff, and my digital stuff gets better because of the traditional stuff that I know. That and artistic theoretical knowledge is a big plus. Just keep on reading anatomy books. Keep on reading about light and how light works.
About how light reacts to different kinds of materials. That's
Oh.
one of the biggest thing that I've learned. I first heard of it when we started using PBR.
Oh,
Yeah, and then when I started my lesson at school just a few weeks ago, it was Dice Tatsumi. He says apparently in our studio the lighting artist knows much more about lighting than the traditional artists. Yeah.
they did.
Yeah,
Yes,
and that's the reason why when they paint a scene, they started with the neutral colors first, and then apply the lighting later, just to understand like how how the basic thing how everything looks under one light.
Disney actually just put out a video about how light bounces and how different surfaces absorb different amounts of light and reflect different amounts of light. They did a cute little cartoon of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's up in LinkedIn at the moment. Someone posted it out. I think Walt Disney Studios posted it up.
Oh man,
But it's just about the sunlight bouncing off rocks and then off trees and some other things.
yeah. You better share that link in our.
You better.
You better.
You better.
And if I don't, what?
well, okay, you're so much bigger than me.
No, he's not. You're bigger than him.
Hey!
You're taller than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, it's like...
Enlighten us, please. So, yeah, I mean, even when I was new here at Secret 6, I didn't know white collar was called diffuse until I read about it on PBR.
Yeah.
Because collar is actually... Well, the word diffuse was actually applicable.
I thought it was just something cool to say.
Yeah,
That
so
you're a professional.
I'm not going to say it now because it's better if you guys research it and all you got after reading about it. So the people who doesn't know about it, why it's called diffuse instead of color, you're going to have a eureka moment after reading about it. Like, oh, now it makes sense why it's called diffuse.
Name for it now, right?
Albedo. Yep.
How do you spell that?
Albedo.
Al?
Is that a B with a
B.
double E?
No.
I.
B.
B.
Like B. Like become.
B.
Albedo.
Albedo.
Yeah.
Albedo.
There's-
Albedo.
Exclamation.
How many? Anyway, so yeah, wow. So albedo, that's basically that's what we call our diffuse now.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the new kind of de facto industry standard at the moment.
That's so strange.
Is it named after anyone?
Probably.
Jonathan Albedo.
I mean, shaders are named after our...
Really?
Yeah, like a Blinn is a last name.
Yeah.
And
That
so
is
is
right.
Lambert.
Lambert is a mathematician.
Oh.
What about Fong?
Probably some Chinese.
I knew it. Why you to be racist?
Fong. No, sounds Vietnamese.
Fong.
Fong.
That Fong.
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah, technically.
Albedo.
Isn't it funny now?
Albedo is the fraction of solar energy, shortwave radiation reflected from the Earth back into space. So yeah, it's kind of like the diffusion of light. So it's just a fancy name for.
Not light, it is a diffusion of light.
It's like the next gen.
Ice, especially snow.
Diffuse was the
Has a high
last
albedo.
gen.
Oh, so I don't think it's a name.
You should add that in Wikipedia. Kim should edit Wikipedia. It's like albedo is now used in next gen.
It's the
It's
next gen term.
for color.
Albedo is reflection coefficient.
It's not color, it's albedo.
Sounds like math. Sounds difficult.
Well, 3D is math.
To a degree.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of funny.
Programming is. I'm scared. I'm scared of programming. I'll never be a technical artist. Big ups to technical artists around the world. What
Yes.
you guys do, it's
Yeah.
really difficult.
It's phenomenal.
Being the bridge between a programmer and an artist.
Yeah, what up, Bridges?
Yeah. So
So what do you do now in Collab?
At Club
Yeah.
Size Scorpion. What
Yeah,
I do?
'cause
I
you
do model.
you'd have
I
to
do
say the
model. I do modeling and texturing and rigging. What? Yo, I learned how to rig.
I heard reggae. I do reggae.
Modeling, texture, and rigging, man.
We are now into the more advanced sections.
We do rhythms with 3D model.
We build the skeletons for Zion. Animation Plaza. No, that's cool. So that was all part of their training.
But all for mobile. Just for the mobile.
It's still very.
It's nice though, because I can use it for my personal work, and
Like-
now I can pose my Maya models, bitches, my low resolution models,
Okay, that's cool,
instead
man.
of just standing there on a T with a T pose.
Yeah, that's cool, man. But no need to call us.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
Derogatory names.
I can't. Yeah. I'm wearing a shirt that says itch bay.
I mean, I'm happy for you, man. But there's a lion. I mean,
I'm sorry.
no, but that's cool because, like, I mean, if you can model for mobile games, all you have to do is push it. I mean, obviously there are new techniques and more advanced things you can do, but you just take it a few steps further, and you've got game capable, like next gen capable rigs, and then there's all the stuff you need to learn for film stuff. But that's a whole different
Animators learn stuff from film, especially 2D animation.
Yes.
Because if you're not doing any of that, you're not an animator. You're a puppeteer. No offense to puppeteers. You guys work hard on your craft.
I think
Jim,
Especially Shadow Papa puppeteers.
3 of our listeners might be puppeteers, and I think we just lost them. I'm sorry.
Jim Henson's rolling in his grave.
It was. I read this.
Barry's views do not reflect the views of the host.
I read somewhere, like, I think it was Imagine FX, that Gendy Tartakovsky said, like, if you're if you're a 3D animator and then you don't know your animation fundamentals, your understanding 2D animation techniques and fundamentals, you're not an animator. You're a puppeteer.
Yeah, that's true.
He said that, not me. I blame him.
And
I just stole it. Like every good artist, we steal.
animation comes from the root word anima. I think it's Latin. Is it Latin? It means life. Yeah. So to move something isn't to animate. To give it life is to animate.
Anima.
Yeah, the illusion of life. The book. It's not enough to just move something, because if you move something, then it's not living, it's not conscious, it's not. Yeah, there's no essence to it.
And if you love that, you're a necrophiliac.
But that's for episode 2.
Mary, Book of Life, not Book of the Dead.
Not Book of Necrophilia, man.
Los muertos.
That was a fun movie, though.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
Speaking of animation, the recent trend of animation right now is, especially since you mentioned Gendy there, the stuff that he did for Hotel Transylvania. Yeah,
I hated Adam Sandler in that.
Yeah.
I think
Anyway, you were saying, sorry for
kind of agrees
interrupting.
with you with Adam Sandler at the moment. But
I heard you ruined Pixels.
Yeah,
Do you see what were his ratings on Rotten Tomato?
No, I didn't. But he's lucky because some dentist shot a lion and that covered it.
It's not just some lion, Barry.
Did you see the headline a couple of days after that? What's his name? Cecil the lion's brother. Also a lion. Was shot. It's like, well,
couldn't be a zebra.
Oh my god, if we listen to this podcast like 10 years later, we're going to be like, oh my god, this thing's so outdated. We're talking about Cecil the lion dying.
We should make cartoons of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so back to Gendy. It was so sad that they weren't able to get funding for Popeye. It was,
They really didn't get it.
no.
It was supposed to be Popeye?
Have you seen the video?
No, I haven't.
He made like an animation trial. We'll show you after this, but he made an animation trial for a 3D Popeye movie, and it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah, it's the aesthetics of 2D animation applied to 3D.
Oh, isn't that what Disney did? They took out their 2D department and then brought it back.
Yeah, they brought them back to do overlays on the 3D movies, but yeah, Popeye it's different. It didn't feel Disney. It still felt like a Popeye cartoon, but it was 3D.
It actually felt one of those. I think it was the company of Max Fletcher who did Superman, who also made the Popeye cartoons.
Mm.
It kind of felt that way, and the same. And I think I see some influences from Chuck Jones.
Mm.
Yeah, it was really good. But yeah, sadly, they weren't able to get any money or a green light for developing the full film, because man, it could have been so amazing.
It could have been. I think that was more of a fan base decision. If you look at what's trending at the moment in animation, I don't know if the kids will pick up the themes of Popeye.
I'm not sure the kids could pick up Popeye.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it's looking back at it. I don't know how child friendly the themes of Popeye were. So maybe it was just a decision for more audience based decision by the studios. I don't know, but yeah.
And yet, and yet they still were able to to bring out the Peanuts movie.
Have you seen what they did with the Peanuts movie?
I saw the trailer.
It's kind of cool. They did I think they only animated like every other frame, so it's got that really lively stepped animation feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that kind of gave it some character, and I think that would have helped them push more, or kind of produce animations a bit quicker, because you can really get the character and the life in it without having to smooth everything out and all those issues that come with splining. But yeah, it was cute. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming out sometime this year, I think, or next year.
Yeah.
So the producers of Peanut, please send Kyle some swag because he just promoted your movie for free.
Free movies.
Yeah, like I'm open to anything: t-shirts, caps,
Money.
toys,
Money,
contract offers.
Wink, wink.
Oh man,
Yeah.
job opportunities. Oh, I went to that. Speaking of job opportunities, sorry to change the topic. I went to that. Who's that Filipino guy who does concept art for Marvel? He came here to the Philippines. Well, he's Filipino American. I can't remember his name.
Wait. What were his works?
He did stuff for almost all the Marvel movies. He was the one who conceptualized Michael Rooker's character in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yondu.
Yondu, yeah, exactly.
Oh, wait.
That guy, that Filipino American concept artist, he came here and a lot of the Filipinos were asking, how can they get a job at Marvel Entertainment or, just to work on the movies? And he was like, you don't, I mean, someone tried to hand him their USB, their portfolio in a USB, and he was like, not really. And the only thing he kept on saying is like, location, just be there, no matter how good you are, because nowadays, you don't have to be good to get a job. You just have to be accessible. And as much as people say like now everything's global, location's still a major factor.
You still need to be there for them to consider you.
Yeah,
it's a big risk, but you just
rather have you there than
Yeah, because it's just a matter of convenience. Why spend all the money and the lawyer fees and the relocation fees
and the visas
just to get someone in from all the way there when you've got people that may be almost as good just at your doorstep? It's just financially, it's a smart choice.
You're making me sadder. Location.
Unfortunately for us right now, it is location.
So yeah, if there's any primary producers of video games who wants to set up here in the Philippines, much appreciated if you do come here in the Philippines and set up a factory. I mean a shop. Not a factory!
Yeah, set up shop here.
Yeah.
Because we're not factory.
Ubisoft is considering.
They're considering it.
I mean, that rumor has been going since
For years.
For years. Even like early 2000s from what I heard.
But they're coming this year, right? Some people.
Someone mentioned that some representatives of Ubisoft are coming here.
Inside rumors.
Yeah, inside rumors, still rumors, but they're inside. For what it's worth. We've got, not we, but some people from Ubisoft are apparently coming here for something. It might be
To this company? To Secret 6?
No, to the Philippines. So for whatever reason, they're coming over here in October for something. So get your USBs ready. No.
No, you need Canadian visas because a lot of the production for Ubisoft is done in Canada.
Montreal.
In Canada.
Toronto.
Hello, Canada. Comment ça va?
No, I don't have a Canadian work visa. I do have a New Zealand citizenship, which allows me to apply for a Canadian work visa very easily.
Hey, we have a Filipino passport which we can use to apply for a working visa.
I can go there for 90 days without a visa.
We can go there if we have money.
I can't fly back to Saudi anymore.
I can buy you and chocolates.
See, we can't even afford a freaking plane ticket. So if you want to, set up shop here,
Yeah.
cheap labor, who really wants to get better.
Yeah,
Like Liv Tyler said in Lord of the Rings, if you want him, come and claim him. It's not how it's gonna work. They're not gonna claim shit.
That's what the company.
Wait,
guys
so do
would
you have
say.
do you have any plans to move to a different country? Obviously, you're enjoying your job now, and it's
Really? Oh,
long
yeah.
term. We're talking long term.
Long term wise, yeah, I'd love to work.
Sounds like Barry's really having fun with his work right now.
Yeah. Sounds awesome.
Honestly, I mean, no offense to the
No.
company I'm working in right now, but I do miss working in AAA assets. I miss doing ZBrush from within work hours because we don't have ZBrush. I mean, we have like one computer that has ZBrush, but it'd be nice if like each artist had a ZBrush program in
Just
their
download
very
away.
own workstation, not the pirated ones.
No.
No, we
Never
do not.
pirate.
No.
We do not.
We did not support piracy.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're not endorsing piracy here. It's just that.
Yep. It's
It'd
gotta be
nice
legal.
to have a ZBrush in my workstation.
Legit X-Force.
Yes, we like our comics.
By X-Force, he means it means a comic
Marine, Deadpool, Psylocke.
cable.
Yeah. The original.
90s.
Domino,
Keygen.
Warpath.
Keygen? Yeah, that mutant.
The one that
I heard Keygen's mutant power is to like open any program.
he uses the internet. That's
He's
his
the brother
name.
of Serial.
Yeah.
I heard he comes in torrents. That's his mode of transportation.
That's kick-ass.
Again, we do not support piracy.
Yeah.
No.
Never.
Support.
Never. See, I don't even have a ZBrush in my laptop.
Yeah.
I
Never.
solemnly swear.
Mm-hmm. Hand on the Bible.
Never.
No, but that's cool. It does sound like you are having,
No,
seriously having fun.
It's a less stressful environment,
Yeah.
which is nice because when I get home, I have time to actually feed my artistic soul to just either do ZBrush sculpts or to draw to my heart's content or do digital paintings. Oh my god! I owe my parents a freaking oil painting for their house. I have to do that. See, I have time to do that now. Back then, like a couple of months ago, I didn't.
Yeah.
I was just burnt out. I was exhausted.
And there's that.
Okay, to artists who just started out with their job, a promotion doesn't mean it's a good thing.
Exactly.
Okay, or stepping up for
Yes.
other people is not a good reason.
Yes.
Just because you want to help your team doesn't mean it's good for you. Think about you. I learned that the hard way. And actually, Kyle was one of those guys who told me, like, oh, you give too much of yourself to other people, which was true.
Yeah, that's really sounds like Kyle.
Yep. No, it was
Yeah,
happening to
yeah.
me. Like, I the only reason why...
That really does sound like me.
One of the main reasons why I took that quote-unquote promotion, that position as creative manager, it was to just help the 3D team have another voice. I mean, no offense to the CEO of Secret Six. It's not like he was listening to the loyal ones here in this company when they were voicing out their opinions. No wonder money got stolen. Oh, did I say something? No. I didn't.
No. We cut back in 3, 2, 1. We ended in the joke.
So yeah.
you get yours.
Oh, look, it's Kyle again.
Yeah, don't give too much of yourself to them. Don't fall in love with the company. Fall in love with
Someone else.
the people.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hello.
No.
This just turned into a love show. A love clinic.
Oh, look, it's 12 o'clock.
It's not even 12 o'clock, bro.
Shut up. You'll never know.
Welcome, listeners, to the evening portion of
Dating an artist.
This is a big part of our ability. I have no more.
Oh my god! I just picked up on that just now. I just laughed just so I wouldn't be left out.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I didn't get the whole Jory Aquino thing like a little while ago, so that's fine.
We're even.
Yeah, we'll call it even.
Yeah. Okay, back to the topic at hand.
So yeah.
Yeah, about learning and
So
not giving too much of yourself.
yeah, if you could, it's a bit early to get into this question, but if you,
it's already like it's been an hour.
no, I mean, usually we leave this for like the end, but we're still going and we can, and we didn't have one last week, so I guess we can go a little bit over time. But if Barry of August 2015 could talk to Barry of August 2014.
Oh no, you mean Barry of June 2013.
To messed up Barry. Yeah, if happy
To
Ab-
self-sacrificing Barry.
Yeah,
there
yeah,
you
if-
go.
The
If,
devil Barry.
if oil painting, ZBrushing at home, having fun at work, going on outings, Barry can talk to.
I now have time to watch porn.
We won't edit everything out.
Oh wait, not porn. For reference. Yeah, I mean porn for reference is good. For shortening. Artists, draw that.
Wait, so you foreshortened during porn?
After I watch porn.
But yeah, like if you could, if yourself now, you're happier, more creatively, capable.
My aura's brighter now.
Your arm.
My aura. Arm.
Could go back and talk to the Barry that was kind of self-sacrificing a lot.
You should have like a sad background music.
Yeah.
It's like those touching things, and then I would start tearing up later after you finish that question. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, what would you tell yourself?
Oh my god.
Barry.
Oh. No, I would honestly. I would tell him to go back in time and tell your younger self to apply to Lady Love.
You can't double time travel. We already gave you one.
Yeah.
Okay, so honestly, I would have told him not to take that, not to sacrifice it. Sure, that time it seemed like someone needed to help. Another voice would have helped the team, but I don't know. It felt like
Martyrdom has its downfall.
yes, it does. You're not a martyr until you're dead.
It's a figure of speech.
No, but that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not a martyr until you're dead. So I
Unless
wasn't
you have
dead.
an awesome death.
I was alive and working and burning myself out, which was a horrible thing to do. And I wasn't feeding my artistic soul. Like even if they would try to lighten my load, there'd be like a gazillion other problems to be dealt with. It was. I would tell him no, don't take it. I mean, if you want to be an artist, stick to being an artist first. Learn what you need to learn and feed off other artists, so that way you won't be envious of them when they're working on their assets, and while you're looking at your Google spreadsheet.
All you see is numbers.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. What would you like to tell? What do you like to tell people who are working in this industry about voicing out?
Oh, be careful how you voice things out.
Yeah.
Don't always be. No, I know, like bosses in a business, bosses have problems, and when you complain to them, they also want a solution for that. But doesn't just because the team's having a hard time or the company's like down in the dumps doesn't mean you should be down in the dumps as well. Like try to separate especially the single guy. I was single, so my whole life during that time I was single, so my whole life it just revolved around work.
So you're not single now?
No, not anymore.
Give a shout out. Give a shout out.
Yo.
Who the frick is yo? Give a shout out to
to one of the artists in Secret Six.
Oh.
Yeah.
CrossFit Girls. Really good reference.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep.
Pinterest, check it out.
Hi, Therine.
Does she know your girlfriend? Or?
You might need to edit that out because of her mom.
Let's see.
She's Chinese. I'm Filipino.
What are the odds that her mom is going to be listening to our podcast?
You never know.
We've got 20 listeners.
I mean,
One of them.
You never know. I mean, Jem posted a picture on Facebook of me holding a pipe.
Oh, really?
Your hand was covered. Like
No,
Shaq's.
they could see me doing this. My hand was covering the pipe, but the action I was doing was
How about I take a
Must
picture
we-
of what
must
you're
we
doing
try-
right now and replace it with
Would you rather he pixelated that out?
nah.
Very Japanese.
I guess it's fine.
No, we'll
It's-
edit it out.
It's not like I have a Facebook account.
We could.
I still have to add Jory. Yeah.
It was his birthday. It's
And
about time.
who else do I need to add from Secret Six? Yeah, the only people I know on my Facebook account are like Secret Six people.
Like, I usually don't add people until I leave that workplace.
So this is like the perfect time for me to start adding people. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, unless people add me. Like, even now I'm hesitant. If people add me and they're at my workplace, I'm just like, I don't know. Do I really
It
want to be
feels-
friends with you?
It feels weird to add a boss though. I'd never.
Yeah.
No. Maybe in LinkedIn, but
Yeah, LinkedIn probably.
not a Facebook kind of thing.
So yeah,
Yeah.
tell my younger self not to burn himself. No. Just don't to people. Don't. A promotion is not a promotion for your artistic soul. A promotion is something that's good for the company. And a lot of not a lot of times, from my experience, what's good for the company doesn't mean it's also good for you. Sometimes it's actually pretty harmful for you on a personal and professional level.
Yeah, it's been said that if your job isn't enriching your skill set or making you better, and if it's not saving you money, then you should just leave immediately.
I wasn't even able to save money because it's not like Secret Six during that time paid well. I don't know now. Really, good for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm living the dream.
Wow, rich ass 3D artists here.
Yeah.
So Ubisoft, you better watch out.
making our mamas proud.
So
I'm gonna get myself a large combo later.
yeah, I was spending a lot of money on, instead of art materials, I was spending it on food. Because
Yeah.
I was stress eating.
Not even food. You were spending a lot on your medicine.
Oh yeah,
That's what he was stress eating.
I was stress eating, and then I would like almost every week I had to drink freaking Nexium for my stomach because it was that stressful. And man, I shouldn't have taken that offer. I mean, it was funny because I even had to haggle for the price that he gave me, and I told him like, "Oh, Filipino farm managers get paid this much," and the boss reply was like, "Well, we're not in a farm." I'm like, "No, we're in a more specialized line of work. People actually pay a lot of money for education just to work in these kinds of job." I'm not saying farming you don't have to learn anything. I mean, you have to learn weather and farming and planting, and
And take care of animals.
that's not farming.
It isn't?
No.
That's poultry. I think.
I can see the brain cells kind of struggling.
It's really late.
No,
Listeners,
it is farming. It is farming. Yeah, because there's the agriculture side, and then there's the livestock side of
Is
of
there a
farming.
term for that?
Livestock.
There's a song for that. Old MacDonald.
Farm. E-I-E-I-O.
It took me a long time to figure out how to spell E-I-E-I. I didn't know it was the letters. I thought you actually had to spell out E-I-E-I-O.
It's like onomatopoeia. E-I-E-I-O.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh man, when I left this company, the only thing that held me back from leaving this company was the people. I swear to God, it's always the people, because it's like going to war, and you watch, your comrades. You always watch their back, and they'll watch yours, and it always felt like that. I don't know what's the environment now here in Secret Six, but back then that's how it always felt for me. Like I had to when I took the job, it was like I gotta watch people's backs. Their problems are my problems. Maybe that's why I was also stressing, and because every time I would see someone worry, I would immediately just jump in. Like what's the problem? Let's talk about it.
You just
stop work and
that promotion for the people.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much for. I mean, I know your pay got up a little bit, but
that's funny. It got up.
Yeah, somewhat. But it was more of a, as you said, the people needed a voice, and
we had a voice. It's just that the boss wanted to hear a new voice, and I don't know. Stop being a martyr if you're gonna be alive, because you're not a martyr until you're dead.
Yeah.
And being in a business, you're never gonna die unless it's type of business where you get shot at.
Is that a thing?
A business where you go and get shot, like mercenaries. Mercenary work.
I think they get paid more.
Or prostitution.
Oh, why did I laugh? I should.
Oh yeah, I like dead baby jokes. For the people interested in my personality, I like dead baby jokes.
Oh, hey, look at the time. Yeah. Okay, so wow. Well, I hope that's construction.
Wait, I got a question, because
That's a big ass bulldozer.
recently I heard, I think it was last year, Jory got a promotion. So how did it feel to be the lead? What's your position now? Lead tech artist? Lead something?
Technical artist.
Is it more stressful, or is it still the same? Because not everyone handles the same problem. The same problem in the same way. Everyone has their approach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious. In Jory's case.
Well, at first it was stressful because I'm training people to learn a new software. So that's that. Then it got easy along the way as their learning improves. Yeah. Now it's just a matter of updating. Yeah. It's light work right now.
Aw, I'm so envious of you. No problems had to deal with back then.
No, the thing with Jory's promotion or shifting was he didn't become a technical artist along with all the other responsibilities he had before. They allowed him to specialize. So he's still a texture artist, but doing the technical side of it. So it's not like you had to do that plus everything else. It's a proper transition from one role to another, not just the addition of responsibility. So I think that may have helped him with the transition.
Well, yeah, Marco went through what I went through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did.
It hurt. I thought,
And then now he's off.
and now he.
Yeah, you got burned this time.
Yeah, he got burnt out. I pity the guy, because he tried to I know he tried to match what I did.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what I was doing was really wrong. I mean,
Well, he did kind of match what you did up to this point of leaving. He's kind of matching that too.
Pretty much matched up there.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna be a guest in the next episode.
Yeah.
I want to. Can I be an audience during that?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything. It's not like
I don't believe you.
I'm gonna stay outside.
Yeah, but he also went through a similar thing, and I think that's the good contrast between what Jory went through and what Marco went through. That transition is all important. Being able to step up, but stepping up doesn't mean keeping one foot on the same step because you'll never be able to step up fully unless you move both feet. You know,
That's true.
and that's kind of not what happened with you, and it's not what happened with Marco, and it just led to that feeling of being overloaded and burnt out.
That we weren't getting paid. Well, I mean, I heard like they took it took like 3 people. They divided the work to 3 people now, didn't they? Like they hired this guy and this guy and this guy who does those.
Yeah.
Man, this
And that's-
company was freeloading on my ass. I got ripped off. It's my fault because I agreed to it. So
You signed a contract.
People, it's business. It's not personal. So when you die, it's not personal. Or get sick, it's not personal.
Yeah.
It's business.
Business.
It's the bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We barely talked about art. I mean, we did, but not.
It's okay. You'll be back for a part 2.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
I'll bring salmon next time and wine.
You'll be back for part 3, 4,
Salmon.
and 5.
What? Salmon. Salmon.
Salmon, yo.
Salmon. S''AMIN. Salmon.
Salmon. I love salmon.
yeah. Salmon. Yeah, I'm not excited about salmon, but I
Disney
do want
princess.
one.
Princess Salmon.
Salmon. Oh my god. Salmon told me.
As in, punta ka doon sa salmon.
Oh, I heard a joke from one of my new colleagues.
Oh, no.
He was like, "What's the difference between like there was a masseuse, and then it was one of those like questionable massage places, and then she was like, "Excuse me, sir," and of course in Filipino accent, "Excuse me, sir, what do you want, soft or hard? Soft or what's this in Tagalog? Soft or moderate? Soft or moderate?"
What is it in Tagalog? Moderate.
Yeah.
Soft or moderate.
And then she was like, "Well, what's the difference?" So this is gonna be Tagalog, so a lot of like the international listeners might not get it. So it's like, because sir, if it's sup, so sup-supin ka. If it's moderate, moderate sahin mo na.
Wait, was it a she?
No,
Who said
it's a
that?
guy. It was the guy that told that joke. Please tell me that's
Yeah,
right.
it's a guy. It's a guy. It's a guy. He's actually an animator who's done 2D animation and now he's doing 3D animation.
Oh, that's the guy that you mentioned before? Or a different guy?
No, different guy.
Okay.
This guy's been in the industry for 20 years. He did some animations for Biker Mice from Mars, Stars, and
Just like Jimmy.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's what happens. Those are the jokes you say after 20 years in the industry.
yeah, dirty jokes.
Yeah.
So we're still kind of wholesome now.
We are.
Yeah.
Who wants to hear a dead baby joke?
Oh, I do.
Nah, that's not scare off your.
Maybe in part 3.
In part, let's not scare off your handful of listeners. I know you have a die-hard fan club, so let's not scare them off.
Hello, Haya.
Hiya's listening.
Yeah, she told me to say hi to Barry. No, I don't sound like that, Barry.
Oh, again on Hiya. Hey Hiya, if you're listening, it's not like it's like live radio.
If you're listening, this is a few hours or maybe even a week later. And we're saying hi from you from the past. All right. So that's cool. There's a question that we ask all of our guests whenever they come in. And Jem is going to ask that now.
When am I leaving?
No. Here's the question. What drives you?
What drives me?
Yeah.
Honestly, just the pleasure of art boner. Art boner is one. The other, it's just, I don't know, something my dad instilled in me. Like, when I left to study in the States, the only thing he said was like, don't work too hard, just be the best. And up to now, I'm still not the best. So that means the good thing about not being the best is there's still a lot of stuff to learn. And learning is just... Yes, we have a caller.
Hello. It's the first time having a caller.
Okay.
Hello.
Caller
I'm
number
from
one.
Scotland. My name's John.
Yeah, hello.
This land is fucked.
Yes, hello. Yeah, I had a question for Barry.
Yeah. Go ahead, please. You have a question for me?
I actually do CrossFit, and I heard your comment about CrossFit girls being a really good reference. But someone mentioned that we have big butts. I just want to know if you think that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I believe that it's a good thing because that means there's muscular development happening in your body. So I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think it's a good thing. It's a great thing for you. That means your workout is working out for you.
The butt in particular.
I love butts.
Are we talking about butts?
I love butts.
Yeah. Hi, Jamal. Hi. I like you. I like you.
And who is this?
I'm one of your listeners. I'm actually living in the Philippines at the moment, just for work. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm actually calling you.
Guys, what do I say?
Let's get back to the topic.
Wait, can you ask me what drives me? What drives me?
Well,
Okay, don't. I'm shy. Don't. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna hang up now. Oh my gosh, I love you guys. Bye.
Oh, wait, where were we?
that wasn't a girl, was it?
No, it wasn't. It sounds like she had a penis.
Not again.
Sounded like China.
From the WWE.
Not the country you're in.
I thought you were being racist. I was I don't know why I'm laughing.
First episode with an NSFW tag.
No, yeah, China, the wrestler, the Amazon wrestler from the WWF before. She was a Triple H, and I don't know who watched wrestling here, but someone out there knows who I'm talking about. She did Playboy.
Who's a playboy?
No, she did Playboy. China. We could search it now, but safe search is always on. So
you guys have safe search. That's nice. Good for you.
yeah.
No adwares or malwares for you guys. Anyway,
So what drives you?
what drives me? Like, art boners for one. Two is like learning is just it can be addicting to a degree. And the other thing, which is I don't know with other people, I like doing both traditional mediums and digital mediums, and it's just for me it's interesting how one medium grows because of what I've been doing in the other medium, and how that happens, why that I'd like to break it down and just deconstruct it and be able to explain it. But when that happens, it's actually a great feeling for me. And
You feel like a more complete artist.
yeah, it does. And it's nice that you can translate what you did in 2D into something in 3D and something digital into something traditional. And it just feeds up. It's just this cycle of one medium feeding off another medium, which is something that I would encourage a lot of artists to just try do both when you have the time. Break up with your girlfriends, break up with your boyfriends, and just do both. If you're doing digital, do traditional mediums. Do paintings. It's gonna take hours, years, days. So forget your boyfriends, forget your
Are you
girlfriends.
trying to break up with her now, bro? Or?
Oh no! No. There's always an exception to the rule, and she is one of those.
I don't.
She is. She helps me grow. In terms of art! In terms of art, dear God!
Art boner.
That is so wrong.
Going about an art boner.
Come on, you guys, you know her. She's your colleague. So anyway, that one is another one's like, I love comic book art, and just seeing comic book art and just wanting to sculpt, artists inspire me. That's the one thing I feed off. If I mean, like now there's like concept artists I follow, digital artists that I follow, comic book artists that I follow, and now I'm learning about animation, like the 9 Old Men. I'm starting from scratch. I just recently started getting interested into animation, especially the 9 Old Men. I've been reading up on them, and it's really nice that oh, I can apply this what I learned here to another thing. Like it's amazing how everything intertwines in art, and not a lot of people. Well, here in the Philippines, from what I know, especially the young ones, they don't absorb all of that. They think it's none of their business to learn all of that because that's not something that they want to learn. But it just helps you grow as an artist and as a person who's into art.
And maybe it's more of an issue of time. Maybe you don't want to be so busy working that you're not learning. You're just kind of
Then they're sleeping too much because I only get like 3 hours of sleep or 4 because I'm just having too much fun learning female anatomy. And next thing I know. Or I'm digging a hole. Anatomy in general, just to. Next thing I know, I'm using it in 2D comic book art because now I'm back on my comic book course and writing it again, and I'm working on my short comic book story that hopefully I'll be posting on my blog, which is now dead. I'm not gonna promote it because I forgot what it's called. So yeah, I have an art station and a DeviantArt, but yeah, like I love art. I love seeing other people. And one thing that I love, another thing that I feed off from, like inspires me, when your colleague gets better and better, like what happened to Kim. Because when Kim started out, he was just like learning the ropes with ZBrush. And I remember when he took the test here for Secret 6. No, not that time that you passed. I actually I was one of the guys who stood up for your digital painting. All I had to do was push the contrast.
I always knew that you were that guy, and I've always been thankful for that.
No, you
really?
I haven't heard you say thank you.
No.
Well, now it's on record.
Jem mentioned it to me.
Lying. You're
No,
using
really?
Jam.
Yeah.
Use friends.
Say it! I did! Oh god, I did!
Say it!
I did!
So yeah, it's nice,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden, there's someone like it feels like they're larger than life for me. Like Jem, when Jem came to Secret 6, he was larger than life.
I'm trying, Barry. Oh god, I'm trying.
No. Because back then, like when he started out here, I remember the old art director saying, like, "Why did you paint the mailbox green?"
Because I want it. I want spikes on the side.
No, but now, like when Jem used to draw, he was still like, I don't know, looking for his style, just trying to get better. Now he has his own style and has a following, and he's now an amazing artist. And Kyle leaps and bounds, and Jory now, like, he's been to Naughty Dog's place, and and he's now like the substance. I think he may be the best substance user here in the Philippines. If anyone wants to pirate him away from Secret 6. Yo, Ubisoft Singapore, what up?
Here we go.
Yeah, Singapore dollars coming at you, Jory.
SDG.
But yeah,
Oh wait, bro.
SDG.
SDG.
Singadala Gapo.
Currency.
Money up, we all got the Singadala Gapo.
Bitch, I'm Bowler.
but yeah, like in knowing artists, you can feed off of them. Like, they can inspire. Like even Abby's like she's a beast when it comes to art, and I know I'll never be able to catch up to that level of art. But man, at least I'm trying, and it's nice to discover something new about me and as an artist just for trying. And food inspires me. Salmon, yo. Salmon.
Salmon, yeah.
goodbye.
Sing a Dalagapore.
That should be the title of our episode.
SDG.
SDG. I tried applying to Ubisoft Singapore. The position was taken.
Wow.
I applied to LucasArts, but I know my portfolio was really shitty because I did it all in a hurry.
Never.
And it's hard to get a job in Singapore because their positions are always really
Okay,
very
I thought you were gonna say
limited.
because you're a Filipino and you have a Filipino passport. I have a New Zealand passport.
No. There's actually they were looking for a senior animator, but I think that position was taken too. It's very limited. Like when they open up, they don't flood hire. They kind of just like 2 positions are open and they fill those 2 positions. So you really have to time it and just check it every day.
Yeah, I do check it every day, even double negative. They were looking for a texture a couple of months ago, and I was like, man, damn, missed my window. Could have been working in movies and slaving away in movies.
Double Negative said they like my work, but they're not looking for animators at the moment.
Oh, they like their work. They just told me that they're interested. They didn't even use the word appreciate. You got the word like.
Interested is what agrees.
No, but you got portfolio reviews.
But it felt.
Now you're belittling it, huh? Now you're bigger than that, huh?
Sing it out like a boy.
I make my own currency. That's how big I am.
Are you telling us how big you are?
Well.
But you're Asian.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if anything, we personally, I do feed off some stuff from you because you are one of the most vocal person here in the studio. Right next to Kyle and
Next to Kyle. You're a lot more vocal than I am. Then who?
yeah,
Me and Kyle and
Kyle dances.
Who's vocal? Kyle and
You.
No, actually,
it's because my voice travels. That's all it is. Like when we were talking about pay one time during lunch.
Yeah.
I think they overheard it there. Because like they mentioned that if you didn't speak up, and I was like, when did I speak up about pay? I didn't. But I think they just overheard us, like, because my voice tends to travel a little bit.
the reason why I'm vocal actually is because of Bruce Timm.
What?
Justice League Unlimited.
The one that
Booster
Booster
Gold. Yeah.
Squeaky
The
wheel
wheel gets the oil. And that is true.
Yeah.
Oil Barry.
Oil wheel jump up. Yeah.
Oh God.
Wait.
What?
But yeah.
I'm neither squeaky
But
nor a
remember,
wheel.
if you're gonna be whiny or you're gonna be
that's the
squeaky, make sure that you also bring the oil.
Lubricate thyself.
I was trying to avoid using the word lubricate. Because I mean, there are 2 options. If you're a squeaky wheel, either they oil you or they replace you.
Yeah.
Right? So make sure you're the kind of squeaky wheel that is worth oiling. If you're gonna bring up problems, be sure that you are the solution or that you bring the solution with you, rather than being the whiny guy that isn't contributing to the cause.
Yeah.
But awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Squeaky wheel.
squeak, squeak, squeak. Sing a dollar poor. Really.
Wait, but can I ask you guys?
Yeah, sure.
That whole squeaky wheel being against the oil, because it sort of breaks one thing that I noticed here in the Philippines, like one of those unwritten rules, like you don't overstep your bounds. But when you're being a squeaky wheel, you sort of bypass like your superiors sometimes. And I realized that like later on, like just recently, by being a squeaky wheel, you end up bypassing people. Do you think being a squeaky wheel is a good thing, even if you're like overall in the end? Is being a squeaky wheel a good thing in a business sense, in a professional setting?
I think given our industry, we are creative people and we think, creatively. We're supposed to. I can't think of a time where it's healthy to kind of suppress how you really feel about a situation.
I mean, we are designed to express ourselves. We're artists.
Yeah, because I mean that just leads to
commercial artists.
I believe that would just lead to kind of frustration and resentment toward your workplace, toward your colleagues, toward your managers, your bosses, and it's not a good feeling to kind of hold all of that within you, right? So I think being a squeaky wheel is a good thing, but what can be harmful to you and your career is if you go about it the wrong way. There's a way to be heard without being offensive, and there's a way to approach your higher ups without sounding like you're belittling them and their responsibilities, because they're not going to take that too well. But I think you owe it to yourself, or we artists owe it to ourselves to be heard, because if we don't, that's what breeds this culture of you're just there in your cubicle doing your work, and you get thought of as the cheap labor place. You don't get thought of as the innovators, as the people that are out there leading and kind of shaping the industry, right? No one ever got anything by not doing anything. And even if they did, that was just blind luck, and they can't repeat doing that.
Or they're just focused so much on the past, and some of they just burn away. I mean, as fade away.
One of the worst things in this industry is to become irrelevant. Yeah, you want to be relevant. Sometimes it's not always in a positive light, but just be heard. I think it's something that we should aim to do.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think just like you said a while ago, when you're about to complain, you have to make sure that you can present a solution. It doesn't have to be something that could guarantee it would fix everything. Just a part of it, because I mean, no one is actually that smart to fix any problem in the world. So it kind of takes two to fix it. And at least when you are acknowledging the problem to them, and they are aware of it, it is also comforting to know that why don't we try this? Don't look at it as a problem. Look at it as an opportunity to be experimental and see what happens if this works or not. Like, instead of, because from what I've noticed, we always have this mentality where that seniority thing. Yeah, like I've heard stories. Not only in the entertainment industry, from different jobs as well. It's like, just because they're there for like 20 plus years, and for example, a new guy comes in and said, "Hey, I know some things that could help us streamline the way we work, and I think this is really efficient." And usually the senior guys would go, "No, we're gonna stick on with what we know because traditionally it works, so why change it?" And that's the problem. And again, that's the problem that, at least for the Philippines, as far as I know, being too comfortable on how the things are, but not looking forward on how the things will be in the future. The ability to adapt. And I think that's why it's also important to be able to voice out your concerns, especially in this industry, because it's a really young industry, especially here in the Philippines. And for all we know, it's basically run as purely a business, not much on the artistic side yet.
Yeah, it has been catching up to you.
Yeah, we do have catching up to do.
CrossFit butts.
Just kidding.
I think there's always a good way to say things. I mean, in the workplace, no one's really like your enemy. You don't have enemies here, like, except when they steal something from you or shit like that.
That's like something happened to you.
Yeah, but generally, no one's really your enemy in the office, or
You're all on the same side.
yeah. I mean, everyone's just trying to get a solution for the problem. So I guess it's how you say your side. I think there's always a good way to say something. I think.
How to say that? I will never know.
Yeah, and I guess.
It's just keeping things professional, you know. Try not to be too personal. Be factual when you point things out. Don't say, you know, don't rely on I feel this and I feel that. Just be factual, be tangible, and have the result or the solution be tangible as well. You know, productivity is down this much because this is what's happening with us and this is what's lacking in the studio. And this can be fixed by doing this and by implementing this. And whether they choose to accept it or not, at least you've made your side heard and you've made them aware that there is an issue, because awareness is, you know, it's cliche, but knowing is half the battle. Yeah.
G.I. Joe.
National hero. Well, I guess you guys already said it.
Let's piss it all of you guys.
Yeah. So there's nothing for me to.
What he said, what he said,
What he said. What he said.
Cool.
Singapore.
It's gonna be my rap.
Yeah, because my new boss made me think about what I did if I ever stepped on other people's toes. Like, just, I don't know, when I was being a squeaky wheel. Like, I mean, my only intention was like to make things better and to help the team. Because if the team's happy, and it's all fun and games at the office.
Sometimes you gotta do things just to get things done. There was actually an
Like
instance.
quitting.
Don't get that thought into our heads just yet.
Yeah, your boss is gonna hate me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know,
Give them a 14th month pay, they'll be happy. Christmas bonus, what up?
I'll see who still be here in Christmas. But
Oh, they're gonna edit that out.
No.
no, I mean when I say we'll see, as in like we'll see everyone there.
Oh,
Happy workplace.
Happy workplace.
Yeah.
Oh, we're so happy.
man.
All right, but I think we're hitting the 1 3/4 hour mark. So
Longest episode to date.
thank you for coming.
Yep.
We appreciate it, and you know, I'm obviously judging by how long our conversation's been going. There's a lot more to kind of cover, you know.
Yeah.
But we really appreciate you turning up, and it's as always fun talking to you.
It is. It
Don't
seems
go
so
fishing,
depressing.
bro. Don't go fishing.
No, it seems so depressing. Everything ends on
Sorry
a
if
low
we can't
note.
always just talk
Why?
about
You
CrossFit butts.
No, I mean like
We talk about butts, boner art,
Boner.
art boner. And that's
say goodbye to Singadala.
Well, either that or
who's
whatever.
depressed now, Barry.
However you want to earn the Singadala Gapors, whether it's through boner art
Or our voters.
SDG.
Voter art.
But no, it's been awesome having you. And
Thank you for having me. Really.
if you would, you know, if you're free, we'd gladly have you over again.
Yeah, I'm free every Wednesday.
And look out for next week. We're going to be calling the creative manager that followed Barry.
1-2 combo punch against you, Secret Six.
So yeah, we're gonna be asking Marco. I don't think he knows. Does he know? We're gonna be asking him to come and be our guest.
Doesn't
at some
even
point.
know if he's gonna be guesting.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if he listens, but yeah.
I do. I like that Abby episode. Actually, I think that was
So does
that I think that is by far one of your best. I think it's the best for me.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Hearing Abby speak English was good too.
Yeah.
It's the first time I actually heard it. But yeah, it's been a great episode, and again, we're back after our 1 week break, so we missed it, and we've been talking a lot. So
We gave you almost 2 hours of content. So
Yeah, so you gotta start
You're
paying us
welcome.
a $1 before.
Yeah.
Right, so again, sorry to cut it short, but we'll see you again next week. This is Kyle.
This is Jamwell.
This is DG, aka Kim. This is Jorakino saying to you all.
Start your day right. Eat some dynamite.
Ayun!